Welcome to The Average Rook. We are still playing Resident Evil Requiem. We are back in the God office. However, not everything is as it seems. I don't have any of my items anymore, including the gun that I had in the last episode. That is because I decided to do this entire game again to try and go through a walkthrough to get me through the stealth horror stuff, because as it turns out, I don't actually like stealth horror games. I love that there is scary stuff in stealth horror games, but what I don't like about it is the tediousness of being helpless and having to plan through getting around enemies without shooting them dead. That is why I loved playing Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8, because I actually had the opportunity to shoot them, but I don't like this because it makes me helpless. So, to try and circumvent that and to hopefully get one more episode out before I get bored and decide to shutter it for good, I have decided to take the IGN walkthrough and not actually save it as a PDF or just open up Google Chrome, but put all of the stuff onto a notepad document in dot point form that I've got on my side on the monitor here. To try and get through and get all of the necessary gems for the door that is at the end over there. It's like quartzes that I need. Now, hopefully this will actually take me through, but we're gonna try and follow this as much as possible. This is also my own notes, so it's a little bit jarring. The first thing that we've got to do, I think I've stored the antique coin. I think I got that, yeah. So we just have to go over to here and use the West Wing keycard. All right, and then we have to proceed to the West Wing. We have to take the left path. We just have to be a little bit careful. I don't think this is the area with the light-obsessed infected. I think that's in the next one. We just have to take the left path and follow the whole way to the door to the kitchen. Enter the door into the kitchen. Very slowly. There will be the chef around here, but we're not going to be killing him this time. We're going to be waiting a little bit. We need to hide by the pantry door, apparently. Just gotta be a bit wary. When Chef starts slashing, we kind of need to wait for him to move away, I think. Let me just see here. I've got it written down. When Chef starts slashing, move to and push cart. Wait for 3 to 6 slashes, followed by next is stop pushing and hide. Let's just see. He doesn't appear to be moving at all. So I don't know if it's actually safe for me to move and go to the cot. That should be all the way over there. But let's just see. Is he gonna move at all? No, he's still gonna keep slashing. I guess he must just be stuck in there, so we could potentially go around him. Oh. Nope. You shouldn't see me. Okay, he's gonna move. So we wanna hide by the cart. Okay. When he says next is, we gotta stop. Nope. Duck. Now, does he see me here? Okay, he might have seen me, so I might have to move out. No, it doesn't look like he's seen me. Okay. Actually, we might not have that much time. He's gonna say next is. Now, which way is he gonna go? He's either gonna turn to the left, or he's gonna walk towards us and go back to the pot. No, he's just gone back to... I gotta wait for next is. I probably don't want to be here. I gotta wait for 3 to 6 slashes. Then he'll say, next is. See, this is the bit that I don't like. The tediousness of having to wait for, like, the right point. Oh. Okay, that must be the term. Yeah, so now he's gonna move to the pot. He's gonna put his hand in. So all of these infected appear to be like, they've got like one thing going through their head. It's like a tick. Alright, we've got a little bit of time. Alright, that might be enough. Okay, he hasn't said next is. So he might continue slashing. Oh, he doesn't see me. Okay, we might have a little bit of time. No, I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it. See, this is the stuff that I don't like in horror games. Or stealth horror games. I love playing horror when it's a little bit of action. But having to just... It's my attention span that suffers when having to do this. Alright, he's gonna go over to the pot again. He'll stick his hand in. Will he? Oh, he's going back. Okay, we've got a little bit of time. And now we're done. Okay, run, 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 run. We might not have enough time. He might see us. No, he's gone back to slashing. So he seems to say next, and then he just turns around just to see if we're there. And then he starts slashing again. And then when he says next is, wrong, wrong, wrong. Alright, he didn't say next is then. But when he says wrong, he starts going towards the pot. Yeah, now he's gonna go towards the pot. Presumably. Okay, he won't be able to see us from here. Okay, he didn't put his hand in that time. Okay, then he's gonna start slashing, and we'll have just enough time to move the cart out of the way. We're not gonna kill him here. Alright, hurry, hurry, hurry. That ought to be enough. Yep. Alright, and now we can move out through the doorway. Now, I'll be the infected with the obsessed light switch guy. We want to avoid him. He might see us, so we just want to get out of his way. Yeah, so he's obsessed with the lights. Then through there's a bathroom with someone who's obsessed with cleaning. We're going to avoid them. For some reason, it feels a lot darker than... I think it might just be the lights that are around me. We want to collect the makeshift knife. And then we want to return to the center. There was also a locked... I think it was a locked drawer around here somewhere. For some reason, I can't see anything. Okay, I tried fixing it. It still doesn't look good. I think if I were just to turn like the... No, it's still kind of bad. So we now need to move to the center, and we need to flick a light switch. But that's going to be a bit difficult because the infected is now in the way. Unless there was a light switch that I could flick while I'm here. Because apparently I need to flick a light switch and then move into a partition on the left. He might be able to see me. So that's the one that we need to flick. So it says here... Flick a nearby light switch, then hide in a partition on the left. So we just have to flick this, and then potentially run. I think this is what they meant. Uh-oh. Nope. Shouldn't be able to see me from here. Okay, now if I'm just careful, I might be able to get around him. So this here, once the infected becomes obsessed, click green herb and unlock the door to the end of the hallway. Okay, I'm just gonna try and go past him. Nope, he still sees me. Okay, well how the hell am I supposed to get around that then? Here, you get something to focus on. Maybe that'll be your little saving grace. Now he's just gonna follow me. Okay. This is just a little bit annoying for me. What's annoying is that the knife doesn't even work. Now, what happens if I were to hide around here? Will he still see me, or what? Do I just have to exit the entire way out? No, he's just gonna follow me in the darkness. I've got nothing to defend myself with. See, I love the direction that they're going with for this new Resident Evil, but having to play it is just annoying. Well, the only thing I've got left is actually hide into the dining hall, so I better get out. So I have to quickly get the gun that's here. Okay, now before I do anything else, I'm just going to look at my dot point list. So I wasn't able to properly avoid him, and now I'm damaged. Unlock the door at the hallway to return to the central hall. Damn it. I missed a doorway. There's a doorway in the hallway that will lead me to the central hall, and I need to get to that before I get to this dining hall. So I've gone completely out of order. Again. And now he's over there. I'm just gonna have to restart this and do this all again.
1 minute later.
Back through the kitchen again. At least we should have a better handle on this. So I didn't see any partitioning on the left. So I'm just gonna have to wait for him to, well, apparently I need to duck by the pantry door. So he's going to move from this spot, and he's gonna go to the other spot to start slashing. Alright, he shouldn't see us there. Okay, we can go a little bit. When he says next is... Alright, stop. We've got like a little bit of time before he sees us. Then he's gonna move towards the pot. And once he's done with the pot, we'll be able to go back and push the cart. This is... Okay. Then he's gonna pull his hand out. He only seems to do that like twice, and then every other time he moves over there, he's just checking the pot rather than putting his hand into it. Alright, we want to hurry up. Get about 3 slashes before he says next again. Alright, stop. God, it's this tediousness that I do not want to play with again. Alright, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna wait for him to go to the pot this time. Because in, like, the other the older Resident Evil games that I played, I had to use a walkthrough to get through most of the areas. I think for one of the games, I didn't have to use a walkthrough until, like, the very end. Alright, it's gonna go to the pot. Though there's a possibility I may have ended up using a walkthrough for, like, all of the Resident Evil games. Not necessarily for Resident Evil 7 and 8, except for certain bits. But for the remakes, I probably definitely used a walkthrough. It's because I don't want to think when I'm going through these horror games. Okay, that's enough. We'll have one more push, and then we'll be good. Alright, he says next is... But he doesn't necessarily turn around to go to the pot. No, sometimes he, it's like he only does it on, like, the second one. So that's 3. I think it's on the, like, the first set of slashes he does 6. And then on the second set of slashes he only does 3. And then he moves to the pot. Then after that we get 6 slashes to try and push the cart to the very end, and then we're good. I'm gonna probably say it here. There's a possibility I might not be doing another episode after this. Okay, he's gonna move back. And then we can push the cart. Alright. 3, 4. Alright, and that's enough. Alright, let's try this again. We've got the infected over there who's gonna be dealing with the light switch. First, we want to go this way, past the bathroom, and we want to collect the makeshift knife. Ideally, I don't want to have to use the makeshift knife, but I may not have much of a choice. Now, this time I have to remember, so that's where the locked drawer is. We won't be able to open that until later. So apparently, at the very end of this hallway, there is going to be a doorway that we can take, or unlock, that will take us back to the central hall. I don't suppose I can see it from here. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, so there was a door over here. We could have turned right, but I think that's locked from one side, this side being us. So when we somehow get past that light switch crazed infected, we need to open this door, and then we can go back to the central hall, maybe dump an item or two, and then go back. And hopefully, once we get out, we just have to, like, duck as fast as we can in order to get to that hallway door. And then once we've dealt with that, we can go back without too much trouble and go through the dining hall. So let's try this properly, going for the switch. As soon as I flick the switch, I need to move around here, away from his vision. But as soon as I pass him, I need to run. To be honest, I don't even know what a partition is. I should, considering... Please tell me he doesn't see me. Okay, he flicks that. Okay, so ideally, I want to just run past him, because I don't think sneaking is gonna do it. He's gonna find me. So, 3, 2, 1. Nope. That was close. Okay. 3, 2, 1, sprint. Then we want to pick this up, and then we want to unlock this door, and now we're out into the hallway. And now I just want to go back. We want to put away the green herb, because I don't think we have any use of it.
I hate this place.
Yeah, I hate this place as well. I hate having to deal with it.
If I can't get out.
Oh, we will. Maybe. Unless I get bored, in which case I won't. Alright, so I'm going to put this back. And then we're going to go back out that door and through to the dining hall to get that gun. Alright, now through the door. I don't know if the guy is nearby. No, he seems to be far away dealing with something else. Okay, now we take the double doors and we go through into the dining room. As soon as we're through, we need to grab the gun, and then we need to run through to the other set of doors. Apparently, if we're quick, we can grab, like an empty bottle that's somewhere here. But you know what? I do not want to waste my time, so I'm just gonna get through here and then close the door. Alright, now, apparently somewhere through here there is a filing room. I don't know if it's gonna be marked on here. And apparently, according to this, there is a broken glass window on the left. I think that's what they mean by this. Apparently, I can vault over it. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab the stuff that's here. Oh, shit. I thought this place was supposed to be safe. Apparently not, so I'll just grab what I have and immediately run out. Okay, now I don't know if that was the filing room or if there's something else that I'm looking for. Well, let me just check here. I'm just gonna pause this for a second. In filing room, pick up the handgun ammo, search nearby locker for a makeshift knife. Unfortunately, I didn't have any time to grab that. Return to hallway. At end of hallway, enter lounge area. There's a lounge area somewhere nearby. Oh god, then that guy is now following me. I think they meant that being the... Oh god, and now he's following me, so now I'm screwed. Alright, it's gonna have to do some good shots. Oh, son of a bitch. And now I'm out of bullets. So I just have to go in here. Hopefully find something. There's a makeshift knife. And there's nothing else I can grab, so... I'm assuming by hallway they mean back the other way. So this is apparently the filing room. Wait, I think, Oh no, it pauses, okay. So dining room, there was a symbol lock, there was a kitchen and the pantry door. There's not really much else except for this hallway here. But I think that door was supposed to be a locked one? I don't remember. Trying to put this into, like, dot points was probably a bad idea. Enter lounge area, pick up antique coins. Oh, wait, no, that was the antique coins. So that little area here, that was the lounge area. Pick up the antique coins by lamp, break crates, move past the stairs to valve door and break off the valve. Okay, so there was a valve door at the very end. I think it's going to continue walking around. So we want to go to that valve door that we saw at the very end, the one that we broke off in the last episode. Unfortunately, we don't have any bullets. Like, none whatsoever. So, unfortunately, we're a little bit screwed. We can't shoot the infected dead. Unless it was that one that was following us, in which case it is dead. But I think there's probably going to be another one that gets generated when we get to the valve door. And also the guy that we just encountered probably isn't actually dead. This is annoying because it only gives me, like, a certain amount of, like, I've got a plan around the items that I am able to... find. Oh, wait. Let me just shut this door. We don't want them coming towards us. If he isn't dead, I'm screwed. Because I don't have any... Oh, God. I have to vault over. I don't know if he's going to go through the doorway. Or if he's going to walk around here. So let him go around. He doesn't see me. He may end up vaulting through. Okay, we might be okay for now. Hopefully. Doesn't look like he's going to be... I'm just gonna carefully... He might end up going back to the light switches. I don't think I can grab the door while I'm here. Okay, I can. Alright. Alright, it should be a tiny bit safe, if only a tiny bit. Unfortunately, I still don't have handgun ammunition. I used it all trying to gun him down, and I ended up failing. I mean, this is on casual, like... I thought I would be capable of taking these infected down. There's also this, this crate here that I'm hopeful has some handgun ammunition. Okay, thank goodness, we have 8. Oh, God. Oh, for God's sake. Alright, now we're gonna have to get around him. Either to shoot him down. Because we need to get at that valve door, and we need to break off the valve. Nope. He's still coming. Alright, we're gonna move into here. We're going to shut the door. And then we're just gonna wait for him to move about. So I don't want to have to waste my bullets, because apparently it takes more than just, like, the 6 or 8 just to kill them. It's like our handgun is incredibly ineffective. It just ends up being, like, if I don't even get, like, a single quartz within the span of, like, an hour to an hour and 10 minutes, I'm just cutting this off. He must still be there. No, he's coming back down again. But where does he go? Also, he seems to move, he seems to shamble a lot faster than I sneak. But is he still at the stairs? Is he heading down? No, he's gone around the corner. God damn it. Alright. I don't think I have much choice but to try and gun him down. Is he just still around that corner? Oh, god damn it. Alright, screw you. Melee attack. And now aim for his head. Careful shots. And that should be it. Alright, it takes about I'm guessing 3 shots to, if we get access to the melee attack, then it should only take 3 shots of the pistol. Unfortunately, we only have 5 left. And I still don't know if that is the one that appears when we break off the valve. Alright, well, we've broken the wheel. Does any more show up? No, that appears to be it. Maybe that was just the one that we had to deal with. Alright, so, now that we've broken off the valve wheel, we turn around and shoot the infected dead. We need to climb the stairs to the 3rd room, collect green herb, and handgun ammunition, and then move to the 2nd floor to look at the map. Alright, let's go up to the 3rd floor, and then we'll go back down to the 2nd floor. Just gotta avoid any and all infected. I didn't note down if there were gonna be any infected showing up when we woke up. There's a blood bucket there. That will be important later. I mean, you guys will probably be playing this game, so you already know what the blood buckets do. Going up here. And then apparently there is a green herb we gotta collect. And then handgun ammunition by door. Which is apparently just over there. Don't want to go any further than this. Just close enough. Oh, God. Okay. We may have to combine. No, no. Combine with this. Alright, that's gonna have to do it. Alright, item management is the key to survival. Avoid throwing items away by storing items in the item box or utilizing a hip pouch to increase your carrying capacity. Unfortunately, it's going to be a bit of a while before we find the said hip pouch. I know we'll find at least 2. But now we have to move down to the 2nd floor. Alright, we're at the 2nd floor. I don't know if there's going to be an infected around, but there will be one very soon. Okay, West Wing map. So the map is now updated with all of this stuff. So the next area that we want to go to is the bar and lounge, so we gotta turn right. But we want to be careful once we head into that bar and lounge, because that's going to be where our next horrible infected is going to be. You may hear some singing, probably closer to moaning. That's the next infected. It is a singer. We want to be careful about this one. In this area, there is a singer and 2 other infected. So here's what the notes say that I've copied from IGN. Wait for singer to dance over to the far left corner. Far left corner. Crouch and sneak to antique coin on piano. I'm worried that this singer is actually going to see us, and I have no place to hide. If the singer sees me, I'm going to immediately duck out and regret my life choices. Just gonna move towards the doorway. This is probably the better idea. Okay, move towards the far left corner. Oh, careful of the other infected. I have no idea where those ones are wandering to. So the singer is gonna move back towards here. Doesn't appear to look to us, so that's fine. I don't like the fact that the singer also laughs. The singer is gonna walk back. But at the very least, they don't see us. So just gonna wait for the singer to move. The infected doesn't appear to be moving anywhere. Alright, so before I take that coin, there's gonna be one next thing that I gotta do. As soon as I take the antique coin, immediately proceed to the right through to the hallway. Okay, that should be fine. Alright, so now we're in the hallway. The next thing we gotta do is turn left, proceed to the gallery balcony. So on the map, the gallery is right over here, and there should be a balcony. I think this is probably the windows. So we just gotta move over there. I'm worried... Oh wait, no, we can't access that because that is warped. So through here... Oh. So that was the... Wait, hang on, let me just take a look. Does that connect to the bar and the lounge? It feels like it does. But proceed to the gallery balcony. Follow a bloody trail to a lab coat. I don't think there's anything particular about the lab coat, except for the note that's in here. I have no idea what that says. I have to get the hell out of here, but the whole building is locked down. I'll need to ask the chairman to get his quartz for me. I just heard another scream. My colleagues are killing each other. What the F is going on? I wish I could answer that for you, but I can't. Okay, now, also what we need to grab here is the handgun ammo and the green herb. Somewhere. Here's handgun ammunition. And I think that's the green herb. We can just get... Oh, okay. That is annoying. We're gonna have to drop something. It might very well have to be the makeshift knife. Discard. Wait, no. We'll discard the other one. Discarded items cannot be recovered. Can we just drop the knife? Isn't that something else that we can do? Alright, well, for now, leave item in closed inventory, so we won't be able to grab the herb just yet. Now, before we do anything else, we need to examine the full-scale model. The scale model of the care center. Okay, and then the next thing that we gotta do... We're going to proceed to the chairman's office and examine the documentation. So the chairman's office is directly this way. Is there anything else that I need to look at here? It doesn't look like it. There's apparently a back office. I don't know if they're talking about this or if they're talking about something else. But we need to head into the chairman's office. Alright, so let's go in. Carefully now. It's dark here. There's infected. Of course it's infected. But we've got to examine all the documentation that's here. There are indents from writing. Okay. We unfortunately don't have anything that could go into there. Eventually I'm going to have to use one of these items. And then there's a unicorn trinket box. We won't be able to collect that. I probably should have gone back and dumped some stuff. But I'm a little bit too far away for that. Although, I think it might be a very far away before I get to any save points. So eventually I'm going to have to go back to the guard's office and save room. Which means having to go back through the dining hall. Alright, so that would be the back office. There should be some more documentation over here that I can look at. Just gonna close that. It just sounds a little bit too close. So what's over in this direction here? That is... Okay, we don't have any of that.
What is that?
And then we've got some more. Copy of an email to a manager. The new hire showed promise at the dinner meeting last month. Have his clearance bumped up to a level and get him set up to work on the project. Send the current researcher for processing while you're at it. Processing. Okay, so there is an infected writhing around. In fact, there appear to be two. Oh boy, I didn't write anything down for that. But it says on here, collect the unicorn trinket box and open for a red jewel. Switch on the lights to view a copy of an email. Enter the back office. Take down the infected manager. Pick up the pencil as well as any documentation. I'm probably gonna have to go back, or I'm gonna have to dump some of this stuff. But I don't want to have to dump any of it. I don't want to have to get rid of my med injector or my mixed herb. When I'm gonna have to get rid of something. So maybe I'm gonna have to get rid of one of these knives. I probably shouldn't, but I don't have much of a choice. Discard. I need at least one item free, but if I'm gonna have to do this in a certain order. So I may have to take down the infected manager first. Well, we've got enough ammunition. We've got 8 loaded into here, and we've got 7 on the side. As long as we're careful, we should be able to make it. I just need to do a well-placed shot. And hopefully no one else will come running to us. So I just need to get a good shot. Or maybe... Whoop. Uh-oh. God damn it. Careful. Okay. It's gonna be 4 shots. Unless I'm good with this one. Still moving. Okay, 3 shots is good. Okay. Eventually I'll have to come back. Now, something tells me that you're probably going to come back. But what we need to do is we need to grab the pencil. Let me just check here. Take down the infected manager, pick up the pencil as well as any documentation. There should be a thing that I can use the pencil with. There's this. What is this? There's a note. Note to the chairman. I suspect that we'll receive a visit from the DSO shortly. I want you to enact Code 6 at 23:30. I've achieved my goal and no longer have any need of this place. V. That means that's probably Victor Gideon who is sending that memo. Now what about here? Got some handgun ammunition, that's good. Just want to be a little bit careful here. I don't want to look at that. I think that might be all the documentation I can look at. I should have probably taken a note of how much documentation I'm able to look at. But for now, I think we're fine. So there's one place that we can use that pencil. That should be on here. I think we just do like a rubbing, and then we'll find out what was being written down. So how do we do this? Shade in. Moon. Sun. Star. Moon. Moon, sun, star, and moon. So that should be a code to this. Maybe. Moon. Star. Did I get that right? No. Hold on. Go back. Moon. Sun. Star. Moon. And that opens. And yet we get access to the first moon quartz. Okay, that was just me moving around. Now let me just make sure. You're still dead. You look like you're infected, but you're still dead. Now I don't want to grab that just yet because unfortunately I don't have the space. Because I want to grab that that jewelry box first. And then I want to open it up. Now I'll have to come back here with an empty inventory. Yeah, there's something rattling around in here, definitely. Now let me just see here. It's just a puzzle box. And inside we get a red jewel. Now there's gonna be a space for me to put that red jewel on a door somewhere. But I'll need to come back here with a much more empty inventory. Let me just check my notes here again. I've only got like a couple, maybe 20 minutes left on this episode, which is a little bit unfortunate. Chairman's office is use pencil on the book until you get chairman's notes. View the ornate safe, collect the moon quartz, take the whole way outside, take down the infected, return to Central Hall. Place the moon quartz in a door slot, then return to the god's office. I don't have any space. I'd have to chuck something, and I unfortunately don't have anything to chuck unless I were to chuck my last remaining makeshift knife. That's the only way I can get around this. Okay, I guess I'll do it if I'm not coming back here anymore, so I'll just discard it. It's probably a dumb idea for me to do, but I'm doing it. And then, grab this. A cubic device made of quartz adorned with a moon. So now, we have to make our way back to the central hall. Dump some stuff and also put in the quartz. So, fingers crossed, but I might screw up. We're as charged up as we possibly can be. Unfortunately, we might be in a direction of the singer. If we make any sudden sounds, but I think we might still be in the view unless we can get the singer to be all the way ahead. But apparently, there's going to be an infected in the way, and I don't know what the grade of the infected is going to be, so I may end up being a bit screwed, and I either have to run or do something else. But here we go. Okay, please don't see me. Please don't see me. Don't see me, don't see me, don't see me. Okay. Maybe that wasn't the infected that we had to deal with. There's probably going to be one more. Let me just take a look at my map again. So if we go... Can we go current location, change floor? So we go down here. Go through to the dining room, through this hallway, and then to the central hall. So all we have to do is just go down the steps. But this may be when we come across another infected, unless, of course, it's going to be infected from the dining hall. I didn't quite read the IGN walkthrough enough. Now, where's it going to be? Is it going to come from this? No, it's probably going to come from here. So we're probably going to have to sprint if we don't want to have to deal with the... And I don't have my knives anymore. I had to get rid of them. Alright, so let's do it. Okay, let's just... Alright, we'll just push you, because I don't want to have to deal with you right now. Okay, then I'm just going to close the door. And I'll still have to deal with the infected that's over here. I don't know where he is. Oh, wait, actually, no. I don't have to deal with the infected, because I've already got here. I'm gonna shut this door. Someone's probably going to follow me. But they won't have the chance, because I'm already out in the central hall. Okay, I absolutely hate it here. Alright, go into the cherub room. We'll go to the item box. We need to dump any and all unnecessary stuff, which is obviously, well, probably not so obvious, but we're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna dump this. Store. Store. Do we need to store the red gem as well? Let me just see. At item box, dump any necessary items, retrieve and keep the antique coins and the red jewel. So we need to grab this one. We'll leave the med injector, the mixed herb, and the green herb, which is probably a bit unfortunate. We're gonna have to keep them anyway. And then we just need to put the moon quartz into the door. Go towards this door here. And then use the moon. Okay. This is just like typical saving.
Yes, I need 2 more.
Yes, 2 more. Unfortunately, we might already be behind time right now unless we want to do one last stint, because I did use up a few minutes to try and, like, redo a few bits again, so maybe we can do this. Unfortunately, the chef may not be at the same spot it usually is. If you can hear the grunting, the chef has moved to a new position to patrol. So now we have to avoid him. We can always follow behind him. He's probably gonna go out the other way. Because nearby here is a unicorn door where we can put the red jewel through. We shouldn't follow close behind him. But we can follow at a short distance. So we just need to creep up behind him. We still can't deal with him yet. Even though we dealt with him the last time in order to get the pantry key. But we want to go over here. And we want to use the red jewel. And then go through the door.
How do people normally get in here?
I have no idea. Putting gems like this is a very umbrella thing to do. I thought Victor Gideon... Ooh, there's a gambling table. I didn't see that there. But this is the parlor, so... Although it's a very odd thing for, I mean, this is supposed to be a care center, a medical center. Why would a gambling thing be in here? No idea. I don't know why we're doing this. But it's kind of funny. So where's it going to go into? Please tell me it's going to go into the green. Okay, cool. It's on black 29. Luckily, I was not bidding on anything, so I may have lost. Alright, but this particular parlor... Uh-oh. What about that? Hold on, let me just take a look at the notes to make sure I don't have to do anything specific. Let me just check my... No, it's fine, okay. Alright, we don't have to do anything specific just yet in terms of defeating enemies. What we do need to do is we need to examine this. So we have four little, like, cabinets, and each one has a particular item inside. One has a hip pouch. I'm assuming that's what it is. One has, I can't read that, but that's one injector. That's another injector. And that is a user manual. The major ones that we want is that hip pouch and that user manual. And each one seems to have a certain amount of antique coins needed to open said cabinets. We have, as far as I can tell, 4. So we'll put 3 into here. This is what we'll start with. I think we just have to do it like this. Insert 1. Oh, wait, we can do... Oh, we can change it. Okay. Yes. And then that opens up. A hip pouch allows you to carry more items. Small pouch that adds 2 measly slots to your inventory. Oh, well, I guess it's better than nothing. Now we can check out these ones. Stabilizer improves gun handling and increases firepower. That might be a major one for us. Next one increases max health. As long as we don't get damaged, we probably won't need that. And then this increases the blood collector's capacity by 50. So in this game, you can have a blood collector to collect all of the pools of blood from the enemies you kill and the buckets. And you can use that to craft items or just craft recipes. Now in this place, there are other items that we can collect. There are apparently some antique coins. There's one here. I don't know if we collected any before we collected that coin. I don't think we did. So there should be some more around here to find. Ooh, hello. Oh, nobody heard that. Okay, got some handgun ammunition, which is very nice. I think we need to go around a little bit to find some more antique coins. There are apparently 2 more. Just want to be careful about this body. It may come alive. I don't know if it's going to come alive right now. We've got a green herb here. How are we doing for inventory space? We seem to be doing fine. Unfortunately, we don't have a knife to break that. Apparently... Well, let's see. Can we shoot this? We can. I don't think that gave anything, though. Is there anything else that we can shoot here? I don't see anything of note. There's apparently more coins. I may have to go back to that IGN guide and see where the antique coins are. Because I only saw the... There's another one. But there is also this. There is an arm that is holding a keycard. And this will get us into the East Wing.
Oh, sorry about this.
He seems to be very happy about his situation right now. I don't see any other antique coins. Maybe there's like another jar that I can destroy. Well, let me just look around here for a little bit. And I'll have this spinning, because why not? I don't think that's going to give me anything. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. But I suppose for the time being, we can put our coins into here. The 3 that we have. So that'll be good for now. That's good for saving space. So where is it now? On 7. I think that is it. Maybe we did collect a coin, and I just didn't realize it. But now, we have access to the East Wing. So what's that going to go on to now? That is going to go on to 29 black again. I think I got that the first time. But I think in this particular point, we might actually stop the episode here, and honestly, we might end up stopping the series too. Alright, consider this series on hiatus, because there's no guarantee that I'll be going back to do any more episodes. I've been doing relatively well with the walkthrough that I've made, but honestly, I don't like playing this game. Particularly the stealth horror stuff. I love playing the Leon side of this this quest, but the stealth horror stuff where I have to like really think about how to attack my enemies and conserve my ammunition and my healing and my inventory in general, it just feels a little bit too much, and I don't have the attention span for stuff like that. If I decide to do any more of this, I may go back to it at a later point in time, but honestly, considering who I am, I probably won't end up coming back. If I decide to do any more, we may end up going to the East Wing, but if not, I hope you enjoyed the 3 episodes that I have done so far. So, thank you so much for stumbling onto one of the most average gaming channels out there. Like and subscribe for more, check the corresponding playlist, any of the recommended, or any of the links below. I'm the Average Rook, and I shall see you in the next episode. Until then, take it easy, and have a good rest of the day.